Yeah, let's start. Welcome to the Donkeyman Show.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. I'm here today with a special guest host and a special guest. The guest host is the one and only Reality Never Dies.
Yeah, I ain't no guest host, motherfucker. I'm his sidekick.
She's a sidekick.
I'm in the spotlight when we're on my own shit, but this is the Donkeyman Show, you know?
Damn straight. This is the Donkeyman Show with Reality Never Dies.
And on that note, yeah, we're about to introduce our boy Ma, one of the greatest, and I'm gonna step out and eat some chicken.
Fuck yeah. While she goes have some chicken, I'm going to have a quick chat with the brother from another mother, Marbarrose.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
¡Órale, Donkeyman!
El gordito con la guitarra. I'm the guatón with the style. Make you laugh then stay a while. Story sharp and rhythms bold. Donkeyman's worth more than gold. Baila mi gente con todo el sabor. El gordito manda, se siente el calor. Con fuego y ritmo, la fiesta empezó. Welcome to the Donkeyman Show. Arriba mi gente, Donkeyman está aquí.
Firstly, I wanted to get into that. So I see on your Instagram,
Yeah.
your username is Stickfat.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
What's that in reference to?
It actually came from me and my brother, me and Moses. So like,
Yeah.
it comes from prison originally.
Okay.
But the way we used it, it's like we're talking about who we want to be on our team for our company, you know?
Okay.
And we're looking at the who, we're like, who has the ability to weather any storm? Who has the ability to really hold it down, really go through every single motion and stay the same, stay solid. And then I think one of us said stick fat. Who has the ability to stick fat? And then that day, I'm like, that's my thing. I'm taking it. And I started saying it, and then I think after our show at Walker Street Gallery, I took it on as my name, Stick Fat. So it's like, you know, I made it a hashtag. So it's like, I have Marbarrose, of course, that's a brand. And I chose to make Stick Fat another brand. So it's like, in future, I can play with it around.
Dope. Yeah. So what's your birth name?
Mar. It's actually pronounced Mar.
Mar.
Manasarek. But for easy pronouncing, it's Mar.
Mar.
Yes, sir.
Mar. That's in Spanish. It's the sea.
Beautiful. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. And so in Chile, where I'm from, we have Viña del Mar,
Mashallah,
which is
I like that.
the vine of the sea, I think. Yeah. It's a beautiful place. If you ever get to go to Chile, it's a beautiful place. But that's interesting. That's cool. Yeah, because I noticed that. Yeah, you go by Stick Fat, Marbarrose. But what is primarily? What do you consider yourself? Are you a rapper? Are you a musician? Are you what do you think you primarily see yourself as?
I say community leader. That's my
leader.
biggest thing.
Yeah.
But then under that, retiring artist as the current state I'm in now, retiring. So leaving music, you know, putting out my last songs, maybe album, and then a community leader, activist, and it's people's person, you know.
No shit. So you're gonna retire from music?
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck. Yeah. How old are you?
20.
That's wild. So you're fucking retiring at your 20. That's insane.
2005. But it's a calling, you know. It's like, it's something that, it's a battle I always knew would come, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I never saw myself being the Drake type of artist or the Kendrick Lamar. I always knew I wanted to use music to build my brand and leverage it to my advantage.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. So how long have you been doing music for?
Since after COVID, during COVID actually.
Okay.
2021, 2020.
Yeah, okay. So
all my life been writing music, listening to music, trying to rap, this, that, and the third.
Yeah, okay. So what was it that drove you to the point where you think you wanted to retire? I'm guessing it would have to be time. Like you just want to spend more time on your community projects as opposed to your music.
Yeah.
Is it difficult to make that decision?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. There's a number of factors too. Like, so the plan always was to retire from music early.
Okay.
But then my brother Mulai died, and then Rek died too.
Yeah.
And those boys I wanted to run my company with, you know.
Okay.
I was meant to tell them before they passed, like I want to give you guys a piece of the cake because I was watching everyone around me. I was like, who's really built for it? Who can stick fat? Wow. And then time showed people's colors, and I'm like, I bet these two have never changed on me. Always get to the 100, you know. Even when we had our disagreements with one another, they always like stick fat, you know, soldiers, you know. So I'm like, these are people I could build, eat with, I could trust with, you know. They don't dick ride me too much. They don't try to pleasure me, and they don't hate on me. They're just equal, you know. They keep me leveled as brothers should.
Yeah, fair. And now, how do you find it now that they're not here? How do you find actually managing that? It's
hectic, bro.
It's difficult,
Yeah, because like, me and my brother own it, but my brother's pretty busy with his work life and something he's passionate of doing. So 10 days really on me, you know. And it's always been like that. I've been making the plays behind the scenes. Many people don't know that. I thought everyone knew I was behind it, but
So let's talk more about that, the 1038 Collective. So what is your primarily role in that now, especially now that you're stepping back from music? Are you going to still be a part of that collective?
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Like, I own it, and I have 50% shareholder in the company.
Okay,
so,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I want to make the business profitable, you know, and
Yeah.
make a certain amount of money. And I also want to expand the label, you know.
Fuck yeah.
I'm thinking of rebranding it for next year. It's not confirmed yet, but
Yeah.
I want to make it more than just my hometown, Pakenham or Southeast Melbourne. I want
Yeah.
to go across Melbourne and take kids who have talent and have the drive. That's one of the good things.
Yeah.
Grit and drive, talent, and really put them on and really make them successful artists.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I've got to commend you because I see it all the time.
Yes, sir.
I see you grinding. You're constantly posting.
Yes, sir.
And I see what you're doing in the community. You're always on different shows. You always got different clips out.
Yeah.
It's fucking incredible. So I highly commend you for that.
I appreciate that.
But more on 1038. So what is 1038? What is the 1038 Collective?
So I start with the name. So 1038 comes from my postcode, Pakenham, Victoria. So Pakenham's postcode is 3810.
Yep.
And then when I was younger, after I left my gang, I was still looking for identity. You know, I still wanted something to belong to.
Yeah.
So one of the little homies, he said 1038 one day to me. I'm like, hey, that's it. I'm taking that. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, go dumb, go hard, bro. And then I've just been repping it since. It was just me for a couple of years. And then once I started the record label, also actually before that, a couple of my old mates started repping it too. You know, but it wasn't collective. It was just individual. 1038.
yeah.
Just like as a broad banner for our town.
Yep.
And then once I started the record label, 2024, I graduated high school the year before. I started it as soon as I got out of high school. I said it's going to be 1038, the collective. And then I've already had designs for it because I was going to start a clothing brand in high school.
Yep.
So I had designs for the logo, the name, and also like the merchandise and things like that. So I just merged it all together and said,
Fuck yeah.
this is it. Had a block meeting, had all the boys come, 50 to 100 boys. We sat down and then I told them, this is what I want to do. And if you're down, rock with me. If you're not, stay out the way, basically.
Fuck yeah. That's dope, bro. That's a good story. So you said you were, I don't know if you wanted to touch on this, but you said that when you left your gangs and that. So you obviously, I did also see on your social media that you consider yourself a retired gang member.
That's mostly for the media. That's how they put it.
That's how they put it.
Yeah, but
Right.
it's kind of true. Eh?
Yeah,
I
okay.
I wouldn't say that, but that's what it is, plain and simple.
Yeah,
I was a gang member and I left the gang. So on paper, I am a retired gang member.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it like that. It's kind of like, what's the word? It's like one part of me, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And it's not a major part, if that makes sense.
Of course, yeah.
You know?
Was it the music that got you out of that kind of scene?
More so like life, bro. Like,
Life, yeah.
I realized, true in my heart, I'm not built for the gang life, you know?
Yeah.
I can't be a soldier in someone's organization if I don't agree with their principles, you know?
Yeah,
And I found a lot of conflict with me and my old members. Like, morally, we didn't agree on certain things.
Yep.
So I was thinking ahead in retrospect. I'm like, if I continue on this path, what's going to happen to me?
Yep.
I'm going to have a falling out between me and my members.
Yep.
I'm going to get killed in the streets for my affiliation and my activity.
Yep.
I'm going to be in prison for my criminal activity.
Yep.
So I just thought, like, and I was 13, young boy. But we're not dumb. We knew, like, we've been told and we've been outside since younger than that. So we know what's going on.
Were you born? You weren't born in Australia, were you?
No, I was born here.
You were born here?
Yes, sir.
What
Sydney.
national are you?
South Sudanese.
South Sudanese. You were born in Sydney?
Yes, sir.
Fuck, how long did you live in Sydney for?
Like a year. And then
A year, then you moved here? Your family moved here?
moved to country, Morwell.
Morwell,
Yeah,
okay,
big Sudanese community back in the day. Maybe still now.
Really? Yeah,
And then
okay.
we moved to Pakenham in 2010, 2009.
Yeah, cool. Fuck, 2010. Shit. I moved to Pakenham in 2012, I think.
Yeah, I was surprised when you told me from the block. I
Yeah,
said, what?
Yeah, bro. I've been there for 14 years or something.
That's crazy,
Yeah,
bro, yeah.
It's a good place, man. It's definitely growing.
Yes, sir,
It's
yeah.
getting bigger and bigger, especially with Officer and all that crap.
One thing I love about Pakenham is it's community, you know?
Yeah.
Even if we don't know each other, it's still love.
Still
And
nice,
like,
yeah.
You know, a kindness and
Fucking
I
hell.
always found that. Like growing up, the first day, it was a bit of tension, racism and whatnot.
Yeah.
But as we grew older and we started being a part of the community, society.
Yeah.
The sporting teams, the workplaces,
Yeah.
just the council in general, I feel like we got more accepted.
You told me there that you're over in the west. Is that where? Are you still here in Pakenham?
No, I moved out. I live in, up north of the city. So I live
north.
around that area.
Yeah.
I can't specify because, you know.
Of course.
Privacy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, but you're on the other side now.
Yeah, but I'm still on the block like
But you're still
3-4 times a week, you know. So
Yeah.
it's like, I'm
You're
very
still
active.
down this side. Yeah, dope. Yeah. What is it that you're doing now primarily? Are you just fully doing your community stuff, or do you work? Do you have a?
I guess I'm in a bit of a great area at the moment.
Okay.
Because I still have the record label there,
Yep.
but it's not the biggest priority right now.
Yeah.
It's still my main like hustle, my main source, my main vehicle. But like the community work is and advocacy is there.
Okay.
Like I'm getting invited to speak a lot of podcasts like this.
Yep.
News interviews, newspaper.
Yep.
I'm getting invited to join groups and organizations. So it's like
Yep.
I'm at a bit of a crossroad. But I want to make the music thing my main hustle, the record label. But I still want to do the community work. You know? That's where my heart is. My future, I see it in politics.
Okay.
Long term. I see it in politics.
Interesting. Politics. Yeah, I can see you definitely do that. You definitely have that kind of cadence in your voice. You can see that you are conscious of the way that you talk. So it's definitely something that I can definitely see you doing that. I'd vote for Marbar, bro. I'd vote for Mar.
You got
my vote, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fuck it. You're going to run for Prime Minister. You could be the next Prime Minister, bro.
My brother was talking about it. He put it in my mind that we can do this. Like
you can, bro. There's nothing stopping
He said, imagine if I said to him, imagine if I ran for South Sudan Prime Minister and you ran for president. We have a president.
President, okay.
So imagine if you. Let me restart it for the camera.
Yeah.
He said, imagine if I ran for Prime Minister in Australia and you ran for president in South Sudan. Like how would that be? The brothers,
shit.
Being leaders in the world and actually doing good for the world. You know.
That's dope.
And we're very strong in our morals and principles, so we're not sellouts or willing to forward our morals for the sake of gain, you know?
What's the corruption like in South Sudan? It's pretty hectic.
Very hectic. But then again, I say this, like, I don't know what it's like to be in that position.
Yeah.
With everything around you, running a country, like, I can't really speak on that, you know? Like, I have no merit, if that makes sense. And
to be honest, nobody who gets to that position has any idea what to do.
Yeah, bro.
Like every single one of them are just doing it because they just feel like they know what to do. You don't know what to do. Like
100%.
It's just, there hasn't really been any success in that kind of field. There's always something that has gone wrong through somebody's time. Like it's like, you know, you just got to do what you can.
You know, Machiavelli in the book The Prince, he preaches to actually portray the image that you're doing amazing rather than actually doing good, because the people will see you as doing good.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. Like you could be doing amazing things, and then you do one wrong thing, you're perceived as this bad person. And I feel like a lot of our politicians in general and around the world fall short to that. Like they could be doing all these amazing things behind closed doors we don't see, but they do. They fuck up one time. Sorry for my swearing. That's right. And that's one time in the public eye. They're the worst person in the world. They're corrupt. This, that, and the third.
That's what it is, man. The shit sticks to the wall, bro. It doesn't matter what, even in music, bro, it doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
As I was thinking, you know the band In Excess? They're an Australian band. So the lead singer, Michael Hutchins.
I had a name, bro. Hey.
Yeah, he's considered as one of the best lead singers from Australia, if not the world, right? He's an amazing front man. He passed away. He died. He was found. He hung himself whilst, masturbating. That's
autoerotic asphyxiation. What a way for me to walk back in. That's wild.
Now, unfortunately for this guy's entire
Is it bad
career.
that I know what the name of that is?
Disrespect to the family.
Shit, I know the name of that from a movie. That's
yeah. I mean, it's such a common wave that people kill themselves. But unfortunately for him, his whole career is amazing. But he will forever be known as the guy that killed himself that way. True. You know.
I think it's poetic.
Yeah, but it's such a drag.
Nah, shit, I just walk back in. I'm gonna shut up for a second.
You're one-on-one, if that makes sense. Not many people think like you.
Yeah.
The general public would be like, you know what
I
mean?
you know I find art in darkness. That's who I am.
Yeah.
I love the morbid.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I got no judgment for that. No way.
Back to 1038.
Yes, sir.
So you primarily want to run that as a label?
Yes, sir.
And sign kids and sign talent.
But the difference would be from many record labels would be community-based, like really grassroots. Okay. And like I feel like I have that across Melbourne. I've had the respect.
I was gonna say straight up, bro, from like day dot when I met you, which is I feel like one of the first shows like 1038 came up on. Bro, already, I mean, the community that you've built and the fact that you accommodate for people who aren't even 18 yet, that's massive. I mean, that's actually the most important time, right? Where there's this borderline between youth and adulthood where you actually are still in your youth at that time, but you don't realize it till you become an adult. And so being an adult, even in the early years, which both of us still are, you know, you were a couple years younger than me, we're able to see that. We're able to realize you're actually still a youth when you're at that 16, 17, going on 18, and you're at the most crucial time. If you've been doing bad shit, you know, whether it be gang related, drug related, or, you know, anything that's in that life, before you know it, that is your whole life. You're dead, you're in jail, you know what I'm saying? You've lost everything. So having these adults like you that are creating these things where this isn't about profit. Actually, you know who you remind me of? Do you know anything about Ghetto Boys, about Rap-A-Lot Records? You remind me of the motherfucker who started Rap-A-Lot Records. Now, terrible of me that I know his name. I'm gonna have to look it up. But the man who started Rap-A-Lot Records, now, he'd gone into finance and shit, you know? He'd got himself good, he was doing good in life. And all his brothers and his whole community, right? Coming out of Fifth Ward of Texas in like the 80s, like shit was wild then, you know? And he started this because he wanted to do something legit that was for the people, for his fucking people, and to put the South Side on the map, but do it legit. So there's this intro to one of the songs. I'll maybe even get you to play a bit of the intro over this. But he speaks on it. I think it's Prince. I think, what was his name? I can't... honestly, Ghetto Boys is my shit. The fact that I can't remember his name right now is because of how excited I am of the correlation I just made between the two of you. But yeah, and the whole thing of it is that he's like, they can come at me, especially in a time where, you know, the rise of hip hop in the late 80s and going into the 90s, you know, where it's becoming established, and the influence that it's seeming to have on so much of the world is used in, you know, either intentionally or unintentionally. And so the amount that the government or, you know, the governing forces, the oppressing forces, want to silence the things that will make a difference, right? They always go for, how can we legally get them? Like, how can we make it that what they've done is illegitimate, therefore we can say, no, these are all just, you know, it's all just the streets that are making money from the streets now. No, he said, fuck that. You come at me, I've got my lawyers, I've done this legit. You know what I mean? So when the oppressive forces try to stop this beautiful thing that's happening, that he says, come at me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you do that same thing where it's like, you've come, and in the same sense where it's like, I know you don't drink, I know that, like, bro, you were at my birthday party and weren't even, you know, you were around all these motherfuckers, we were getting lit when you weren't doing shit. So when I think about that, I think about all the shows I've seen you at and the temptation that you're around that you choose not to do. It's like, you are that figure. You're that figure that's seen it, been in it, already yourself out of it, and are saying, fuck this. Like, let's make a difference in the community and let's actually do this legit, so that when anyone tries to come at us, you know, or when anyone tries to find a fault in the morality of what I'm doing, they can try their damn hardest, because I ain't gonna find one.
Amen, amen. And I draw a lot of inspiration from Fred Hampton. You probably the same thing. Like, the way he galvanized his people and really, like, made them solidified. It's sad the way he went out. Someone betrayed him, and that's a big factor I'm scared of, you know? I'm very cautious of who's around me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
Do you think the one thing you got to keep in your mind is that somebody will betray you?
Oh, yeah, no doubt, no
Brother,
doubt.
there's always someone out there. What is it they say to... what is it? Keep your enemies close, but keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. And oftentimes that you think that you know the people closest to you, but it's like your enemy is actually safer. You know that they hate you. You know what I'm saying? It's the people that you don't know that are out to get you that are gonna fuck with you.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And I can say that because I betrayed a trust before. Not in terms of friendship, but in a relationship of what's the word? Stepping out on my partner. You know? So I do understand that it's inevitable. You know? But then being the betrayer, you can either learn your lesson or keep fucking up and doing your own.
Keep doing it. 100%. Absolutely.
And you might fall like 5-6 times, but
ain't about to fall, it's about getting back up.
Yes, ma'am. How you gonna get back up?
Absolutely. Far out.
And I feel like I've seen that in you too, since like, fuck, when we only met August last year. Feels way longer. Like, you're like my brother, I love you, you know? But I think about that, and even in the time I've known you and how much you've done in your own life, and you know, I know that one of the big things about you is that everyone wants a piece of Ma. So it's hard because you're doing so much constantly. And, you know, I hear constantly people being like, oh, she's like, haven't heard of Ma. And I'm like, yeah, bro, like, how many people you think could kind of know I'm hitting him up and he's got like all these like all these people. Because I get that, you know. And I think it's interesting because whether you know it or not, like the people like me who do love you or who are rooting for you on the sidelines, whether, you know, when we're in person or not, I see each time that, you know, things are getting hard and you got a lot on your plate, because you got a lot on your plate. But no matter what, every time, without fail, like, you show up. You show up and you are consistent, and you're consistent where it matters, you know? That's what I really respect about you. And as I said, I've seen that in only not much more than a year of us being friends. But that's why, because that day we met, I said it was the same thing with YTS, you know, we met and we all share the same vision. We want to change the world, and we know, same as you with this place, we know the world starts with where you are from. What is it? Is it Getz that says it? You're a hero if you die for your country, but you're a villain if you die for your postcode. Yeah, and I think about that line a lot. And what we're doing here, it's all about the postcodes, and the postcode actually ranges further than, they might be a couple digits different, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm actually in a lot of ways more from the east, and you guys obviously more southeast, but I, you know, range throughout it. And what we're doing here is we're recognizing that to change this world, it starts with the youth. It starts with our own home, with our own grass. Why the indigenous culture and indigenous studies being my major? Because I understand that if I want to change the world on a really big scale, well, shit, I got to look at this land that I'm on right now. And that's what we're doing. It's because we're going even further than that. It's like, all right, we've got the land they're on, and then we've got all of these societies, communities built on top of that. And everything we're doing is also, it's actually integrating into these, you know, these indigenous ways of living, where we're recreating what it means to live in a society, because finally now, rather than it just being all of the immigrants of the initial fleet, where this was like this country that all of these people were fed these lies to about the people who were first here. Now we go so much further. And now we're filled with immigrants from all over the world who actually understand what it's like to be the same as the indigenous people here and have their land exploited and taken. And I think that puts us in a really beautiful and powerful position. And you're one of the pioneers of that. Like, you're out here and you one day will be remembered. I think about this often too. We're the greats in the making, yeah? Whether it's me or anyone that we know or you know. The great started somewhere. And the shit that you're doing, you know, and the shit that you're doing with this place, like, this is the beginning. These are the roots of you being someone who is remembered in history for the things that you did for your community.
100%.
By the way, James Prince, motherfucker, I was right about that. I was like, Prince, why I know Prince? James Prince. James Prince is the starter of Rowville Records, the founder, the creator, anyway.
Fuck yeah.
I love the way your mind works. You just went on a whole like beautiful tangent. And you
Oh, beautiful tangent.
But I heard that before, actually.
and you remembered
Just tangent, I think is fine.
yeah, you remember what you were saying before? That's crazy. That's gangster. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good
Yeah,
shit.
bro. I got passion. People like you bring it out of me. That's why every time you're around me, I feel like myself. Shit, I fell on my chair. Because I'm like, yeah, like this passion I have inside of me, it's always there, and it will come out in, you know, when there's a morality or immorality at play.
Yeah.
When I'm around you, I'm like, shit, this is a man who's gonna change the world. You make me want to spread that emotion from me.
And you know what's crazy? I did another interview on the weekend, and one of the owners, Sagali, and forgive me if I said your name wrong, my bro. He owns Shoot a Shoot, and he has the same vision as I have for 1038 as for his.
Yeah.
So he achieves the same goal I'm trying to achieve through basketball and mental health.
Dope.
And he said to me, bro, I don't even think you realize what you're doing. And that stuck with me. I'm like, yeah, I don't, bro. Because like people gotta understand, like on one page it might seem like I'm doing good and amazing here, but then in the private life things are going on. And like one of my OGs in the gym told me, before you think of one positive thought, you remember seven negatives.
Yeah.
So now you're checking for this, that, and the third before the positive.
Yeah.
And that's true for my life, like, because sometimes I'm stressing and then I realize, the fuck, bro? Like, you know who you are? You know what you've done? Like,
Straight
resume
up,
check
straight
yourself,
the
bro.
fuck
100%.
100%.
Yeah. That's
King,
something that,
brother.
Yeah, so
I can totally relate to that. Yeah.
it goes back to show the importance of community and reflection.
Yeah.
Like, for you to be able to give me my flowers in the moment, that's amazing. Because this man's going to stick with me forever.
Yeah.
Anytime I feel like I'm falling short of grace, I can come back to be like, nah, actually, Ma, this is you.
Yeah.
This is who you are, not these small things where you fuck up, you know what I mean? I think that's beautiful. I appreciate that, you know?
Yeah.
And I want to keep that energy going around the
Fucking
table,
hell,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
People forget. So people don't even know. Success isn't the end goal. It's the journey.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just when you fail, then you just keep going.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. My grandma taught me that.
Shout out to you, Ma.
Shout out to him, don't you look around like that.
She didn't. I lied.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I lied. My grandma
that's
had
why. I was like, why are you
English,
looking around like that? They no shame to learn wisdom from your grandma.
Nah, my grandma's. She's in jail. Anyway, next question.
For real.
Awkward
This is
about
not-
dead,
Listen,
bro.
free grandma.
My grandma's been dead for ages, bro.
Long live grandma.
Yeah, long live grandma.
Yeah.
You mentioned who inspires you. Like, I want to touch more on that. Like, who do you think is your biggest inspirations in what you're doing? Like, who do you try and follow in their footsteps? Could be anyone, dead or alive.
You know what's crazy? It used to be people from outside of Australia.
Yeah.
A lot. And then the last couple of years, I started researching my local community.
Yeah.
You know? I want to start with Tyden DeBorum. He works for the Youth Justice Department now.
Okay.
I mean, Department of Justice now at the moment for youth people.
Yeah.
And South Sudanese. He's always inspired me. You know, since a kid, I always looked up to him. I had an opportunity to meet him alongside my brother Mulai, CEO Dodi. And like, he really gave us game, resources, and just took us under his wing as the next leaders, you know?
Dope.
So I often reach out to him for advice, knowledge, game. I also got my brother, Mosrek.
Yeah.
Just his journey and his story, like, you know? I looked up to him growing up, and then he got locked up this time the third. He had his downs in life.
Yeah.
But then the way he came back out of prison, he fell short of grace again.
Yeah.
But picked himself back up. And now he's doing amazing things for the youth,
Fuck yeah.
mentoring youth, working for 16 Yards alongside Zaid, and like just the amazing things he's doing in the community, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes he's probably not even aware of what he's doing.
Yeah.
As I'm not aware of what we're doing, but
That's good when you're doing it authentically.
You won't know what you've
You're
done
not
until
trying
you've
to
done
do it. You're just doing it. You're living it. You are it. You're
100%.
breathing it. It's in
Yeah.
your heart. It's in your blood.
100%. And it stems back from our morals and principles, how we're raised and shit. We know right from wrong. We know what we stand for, what we can't stand for, you know? And that often puts us in a predicament where we have to turn against people we love, like our brothers, you know what I mean? And that's when we left the street. Like, he left the street, I left the street, I left after him. So it's like, you have to turn against people we love. And I still love them boys to death, you know? They know that, we know that, but it's just on two different paths.
Yeah.
My bad again.
No, you're good,
but
bro.
I feel like as time goes on, the boys will come back to us eventually.
Yeah.
And he said that too, you know?
Yeah.
They're gonna be
Honestly, I've seen the same shit happen myself. Like, I got in the game really young. Like, I was 12 years old the first times I was like properly, consistently on the streets. And one of my older brothers was only like 3 years older than me, so obviously he was that motherfucker that was like in that, and I saw what he was doing. Like, he tried to keep his best to keep me out of that shit.
But you can't.
But you can't, you know what I'm saying? Then eventually he was like, right, she's in it, like, I'm just gonna take her under my wing then. Him before me kind of got out of that life, but by the time of when I did, like, bro, I dropped it, motherfuckers thought I was dead. Because you get to a point where when these moralities are at play, and we're talking life or death, like, we're talking your life or your death and the life or death of the people closest to you, you know, the safety of your family and shit. You get to a point where you're like, nah, I actually can't do this. I can't associate with these people anymore. Like, I'm no longer, this is no longer fun. You know, when it hits that point where you're like, oh, this is like, I no longer get that excitement out of first being a conscious human that's able to, like, kind of hustle their way and make their life a bit better, because you start to realize this is not better, this isn't life. And I mean, my brother and I went a hella different ways in life. Him a lot more, you know, by the books, I guess you could say. But I often think about how we're both actually trying to do the exact same thing. Him just a lot more by the books, more governmentally. But we're both trying to make a difference, both trying to do good. And there was that gap there where, bro, I didn't see them, like, honestly, I probably hadn't seen all the old boys since the last funeral, and then didn't see them again for a couple of years until the next funeral of that specific group, you know. But now, there's been a couple of times where I've seen a lot of those motherfuckers, because now it's been that many years, it's been that many deaths, you know, that people get to a point where they're like, shit, I either choose this, I choose death. And I say that because that's what it is. Like, when you're choosing that life and you're choosing the streets, you're choosing death. You're not choosing life.
And must I say, when I was in that lifestyle, I accepted what comes with it, you know? So, like,
that's exactly what it is. Like, you're accepting every time you walk out your motherfucking house, you're accepting death. Which, in general, I guess, we always are, right? But in a way different way, when the purpose of your life is you're walking out. You can walk out of your house onto concrete, or you can walk out of your house onto the streets. You know, it's the same ground, but it's two different things depending on the life that you're living. And it's something that's with a lot of people who've met me in the last few years of my life, you know, when I do get really serious about shit, when people are maybe like fantasizing, glorifying the idea of living this life, I do get really real and I do get serious. Because I'm like, no, bro, you don't understand. The version of me you know now is a version that's had enough years outside of that to have this calm, to have this soft, because I no longer have to be on that, you know, defense and accepting. Like, for the first time in years, I realized it, that I'm like, shit, I'm no longer actually asking for death. You can be accepting that may happen on any day, but it's very different putting yourself in positions where you know well and motherfucking true that any day you leave your house, that can happen. 100%. You know, but those people, it does come back round. Like, I remember, you know, seeing one of the funerals earlier this year, like, seeing a few people I hadn't seen in a long time, and realizing, shit, you know, in our own ways, like, everyone has come back, you know, whether it be some people are DJing now or rapping, or, you know, they've got light in their fucking eyes again, and they're working, and they've got means of an existence outside of the same repetitive cycle that doesn't go anywhere. And even if you stay okay, even if you stay off the drugs or like out of jail, the amount of people that you lose to those things, it's not worth it anymore at the end.
Yeah, bro. Especially now when there's younger people who, you know, I said it's collectively everyone's fault for the deaths of Dao and Cho, the young kids, because it's a culture we embodied, embraced, and let get wild, you know? If we're all misled, so if our first leaders led right and by example, we wouldn't be in the same predicament, you know what I mean? But then I look at it like this, what can we learn from this and how we can evolve and get better? And I feel that's where my role comes to play in my community. Because like, we're gonna mourn, we're gonna be sad, but is that we're gonna keep doing the repetitive cycle? I'm trying to break that, you know? I'm trying to figure out what can we do, you know, with our powers, our resources, and our people.
Fucking hell. So I have a question for you. So how old were you when you got into the gang life?
13 officially.
13.
Yeah.
And so if you were walking down the street and you bumped into your 13-year-old self and he was just about to enter that life, what would you say to him?
For me, I'd say I let it happen, because I wouldn't be the same man I am without that whole, you know what I mean? But then again, for
but what about the next generation? Because obviously you don't want them to go down that way. It's such
100%. I don't want it.
Dangerous path.
But I just tell them, like, think 20 years ahead. Like, think futuristic. Don't think the next 5 years. Think 20 years ahead. Like, what are you gonna do with a criminal record?
Yeah.
You know, what are you gonna do with a baby mama you're not married to, who's taxing you for child support?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do when your brother's locked up for a murder and they take care of his family?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do when you're burying 4 of your boys in 1 year? What are you gonna do? You know, just think of those type of things. What are you gonna do when people try to kill you for standing up on your principles? You know, what are you gonna do when someone pulls a gun on you?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do when you get chased by people with knives and guns? You know, what are you gonna do? Just think ahead, type of thing. You feel me?
tough, yeah.
'Cause that's how it goes, you know. And what are you gonna do when someone tries to kill you? Now you're riding back on them, trying to end their life, knowing that you got a whole good future ahead of you, but you're trying to get back because of her pride.
Merry-go-round of pain and suffering when we're all actually chasing the same thing, which is love. But instead we've got this anger and this hatred because of all of our own experiences,
100%.
you know, and all this influence you talk about, you know.
Is there any young rappers or kids that you think that people should get on their radar that you've seen, and anybody part of 1038 or?
Well, I say for broader Melbourne, I'd say there's four boys who really got that that they can make it, you know, that Jay-Z type of level.
So Donkeyman, that's one.
Yes, sir.
Who else is there? Yeah.
I say OG coming out the Northwest. Baby Blackson coming out Northwest. King Drip coming out the Northwest. And these are all under 21, under 22, 21.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the name? Gas D's, my boy. You know,
Gas
Getters.
D's, baby.
The whole Getters in general, but Gas D's, like him specifically as an artist. Amazing, bro.
Gas D's,
He's an amazing human being.
100%.
The whole of him.
Organization.
Yeah.
And then Nabia out of the West. So these people who are named, they all have mad potential to really like go get and really make it. Because what I see in them is they have that, I say Dave like artist potential.
Yeah.
They know how to mix and master their music. They know what sound they want, what beats they want.
Gas
and then
D's mix and masters on music.
he's learning.
Yeah,
So,
bro.
That's why he's
my boy, shout out, brother.
And I admit it straight away. These guys are better than me musically. You know what I mean? Like they're there, and I have no problem admitting that. You know, these guys are amazing.
Yeah, dope.
You know what I mean? And then out of 10 today, it's gonna be biased, of course, but of course, my boys, the whole record label,
everyone.
C-Rose,
There's
DG.
a reason why they're part of 1038.
Yeah, no, hold on, though. Shout out. Give us some
C-Rose, DG, Sosa, and then we got 2 young kids coming up. I'm about to sign them soon and get them going.
Dope.
But but apart from 1038, everyone else in Melbourne, it's mad.
When's the next 1038 show?
We got nothing confirmed yet. I'm working on a couple things, but as I said, it's not been my priority of music and whatnot. But then again, I also see I think my factor for success was getting one driving car, one force, and then adding things on the side.
Yeah.
So mine was music. That's how I built my name, my reputation. And then with that, the community work came a part of that, and the modeling, all the business opportunities came off the music. So that's my main bread. So anyone trying to do something, figure out your main hustle. And then build around it, type of thing. And that's the way I'm at now. So I'm trying to figure out how can I keep going with the music until I get to a level where I can make something else my main. So I can have another home base. So right now, music is my biggest home base. I want to make it bigger than that. And that was the idea with 10 Today. It was never just to be a record label. It's going to be like West Farmers, the big corporation. I want something like that for my people. You know? And I've been thinking about this since I was a kid, like 13, 14, 15, you know what I mean? So I've always battled these identities, if that makes sense, you know? And me and my brother Mulai, we always thought like this. I want to be bigger than just music, but what are we good at and what can we do now? Music.
100%. Yeah, look at like Conor McGregor. He was good at UFC. Now he's got a fucking multi-million-dollar whiskey company. He's got bare knuckle fights, MMA. He's got his own record label.
Yes, man.
Fucking he's done with UFC. Now he's doing
man on a mission.
100%.
Ikigai, Japanese.
Any young hustler coming up, lady or man, figure out your main, build it to the max potential, and then you can do your next hustle. You know what I mean? I think it's mastery. It's called mastery. You master one thing, and then you can go into the next type of thing. And that's the best way. I feel like I haven't mastered music fully yet, but I've got to a level where I can leverage.
Your lyrics are fucking phenomenal, though. So like, I remember I think I asked you before, but you read a lot of books, Yeah. Would you have a favorite book that you constantly think about that's just stuck in your mind?
Oof. That's big. That's major.
Yeah.
I can't say constantly, but the biggest book I'm reading right now is The Spook Who Sat by the Door, and you probably know it. It's about the first ever black CIA agent or class.
Oh,
So like I'm just taking game from it, to be honest. Like I'm learning how white America was thinking in the 1960s and how black America was thinking.
Shit, I haven't read it. You should send that to me. I'll definitely read that.
And I'm trying to correlate how it's going affecting society now. So America is the biggest white national country in the world. So they're the basis of everything, you know. Britain too, but America.
Would it be wrong to say that America started white supremacy? that be right?
Britain.
Britain. Oh, of course. Never.
But even before
You go
that, I
first.
think it goes back
Did you
to...
cut that out?
It goes
Nah, I
back
don't give a
to-
fuck all you colonizers.
It goes back to actually... Yeah. What I'm saying, it goes way back before that. But you know one
I
thing.
know my yeah.
One thing I want to talk about.
Yeah.
What's the word? I wonder what would happen if the tables were reversed. Like, for example, the reason why people came on top is because at the bottom before. Because black people used to run the world, you know, like 400, 500, 600 years ago.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen in the next turn if Africa gets power and gets on top? How would that look like, and how would that affect white society? I already see it in Burkina Faso right now with the leader basically kicking out all Western corporations and companies and taking back what's ours, our resources. But then that's affecting France. You see France is falling as a government? I want to see how it's going to look like if that keeps happening. Say, for example, the whole Africa, Asia kicks out all Western businesses and companies. We reclaim our resources. How's that going to affect the world? And how will it reshape the power struggle? Because also in the Bible it says there's always going to be a poor class of people, you know? So you can't eliminate poverty. And any business trying to eliminate poverty, I think that's false. You can't really eliminate it, and that's a part of human nature.
In a world with currency,
You can't, no.
There's always going to be a rich, people successful and people struggling.
You can't have positive without negative.
Negative, yeah. So the battle we've been facing since the start of society is how do we
I think it's a battle
balance?
since the beginning of time. I thought about this a lot recently because how complex all these things are. These
very
exact
complex.
thinkings about what happens when, the roles reverse. Because that's something that I find with a lot of people who are really reluctant when I talk about land back. There's a lot of people who are really scared of that. Like a lot of, Anglo-Saxon settlers and shit who get really offended and scared of, oh, what? Like, do I get kicked out of here then? Like if that's what happens, if land's getting back. It's like, look, it's a complex thing because what would that look like? You know what I mean? What would land back look like? But thinking about all these complexities and when people say, oh, what does it mean when we're going to change the world? Fair enough question. Well, things are complex. But there are simplicities, which are at the root of all these complexities. And the simplicities are what is the biggest divide in all of these things, whether it be rich and poor, it's good and evil. That's why all these films and all these books, that's why they, in a fantastical way, highlight good and evil as these forces that drive everything. Because they are constantly, it's life and death. The birth of the baby and the death of your lover. It's this constant contrast. I mean, yin and yang, there's a lot of different things, the balance of life, whatever.
Angel and devil,
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's one of those things where it's that suffering and pain are inevitable. And in every religion, in every philosophy, that seems to be understood. But
you need a balance,
there's a balance. And so that's where the real, I guess, complexity of how do we structure this in a way that is fair. We can't eliminate good and bad.
Yeah, but what does that look like though? Does
What
that
does it
mean?
look like?
I was thinking about it because what does it mean? Does that mean I can't be a billionaire if I start a crazy business? I make everyone gets paid fairly, but then again, is that a balance?
I think that goes more into a conversation about capitalism versus socialism, though, right? Because realistically, how we frame success and our ability to get there or to stay within poverty right now is completely if we were under communist society. We wouldn't be looking at it like that. We wouldn't even be considering our ability to just make $1 billion if we got really good at something coming from a capital. That was a good call.
I want to meet Jacinta Allen. I want to meet you.
You want to meet Jacinta Allen?
Yeah, I feel like she's getting a lot of criticism right now, but I want to hear her. I want to know what it's like to be a premier. I want to learn from her,
Yeah.
Because as I was saying before.
But do you think that she is actually doing shit, or do you think
that's what I'm saying? I want to find out because I don't know. I'm a blank canvas to her, Like I hear a lot of bias, a lot of people supporting her, but I wanted to go to her and we're like, I want to learn you. I want to learn what's it like being a premier. What business do you get to make? How much power do you have? What can you do? Because I saw her go to China. I was like, that's interesting. They can do that now. Like our premiers can go and make deals on behalf of our state. Like I never knew that.
Right,
we never got taught about that.
Andrews was the biggest one making deals with China, right?
And we never got taught that in school.
No.
They didn't teach me that. I want to learn that.
Because it's wrong, bro. They're selling our land to international.
I was really good at economics in high school.
I saw the TikTok comment. It said, in perspective, we're just living on a floating rock with a made-up rules.
Everything's, bro, this is the biggest thing that turned my life a different perspective. Everything we do is pretend. Your birthday's pretend. We pretend that, fucking this person's in charge. We pretend that Christmas is we're pretending. It's just pretend, bro. Society is pretend.
There's an Alan Watts lecture on this.
We pretend that this is worth something,
I'm going to get you a link here. He's going to put a link up.
Yeah.
Of an Alan Watts lecture on this exact thing. That everything is just play. It's all play.
We're in a big play, bro. That's what it is, yeah.
So what is it? Is it
Take the red pill.
Can you please bring me some sort of liquid? I'm dehydrated.
Is it in our nature to just want control of our lives, and that leads to capitalism? Is that, or greediness, or is it like?
I mean, greediness leads to capitalism.
Is it? My people have been struggling for ages, and your people are doing good. Once we're on top, I'm gonna make sure you guys are down. Is it that?
It's everything.
Everything. Yeah,
It's everything.
But that's why it's like you got to look at everything. So there is a way for everybody to have everything they need. There genuinely is. I mean, like, look at it as simply as how we look at homeless people and how we have enough. I think it's Victoria, and it might be all of Australia. We have enough vacant, abandoned houses to house all the homeless people. Like, literally every single homeless person, every person on the street, we currently have enough houses vacant that they could be filled, and we'd have no more homeless people on the street. Right? So it's not. For a long time, it's not been a matter of resource. Like, the overpopulation of the world, and how people look at that. Like, of course, that puts that struggle of resource, but the exploitation of resources is what has then made people suffer and have that lack thereof.
I guess you're right then. I gotta find where I stand, because like capitalist socially, I'm kind of in the middle. I do like the benefits of being able to have the free will to create value in this world, but then again, I see corporations taking advantage of their exploiting resources. Have you heard of this, like the bastard child? So basically, the kid who was born out of a wrong wedding, no wedding type of thing. I look at it as like hip hop. Hip hop was born out of struggle, pain, but look how beautiful it's grown. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like when we do change the world, and when it becomes like that, what's gonna be left? Like what do we mean and what do we stand for? Like hip hop's gonna be out the way because we don't need it in a sense. You know what I mean? Rock music, it was born out of, I'm guessing, like a mix of drugs, government oppression, a place of belonging, type thing. So what's culture gonna look like? That's what I think about sometimes. Like, damn, what's the world gonna look like? I'm very keen, like interested to know, but I'm also scared too because I love hip hop. That's my heart, that's my baby. So it's like, what's the change gonna look like? You know what I mean? Hip
hop won't never die. I tell you that much. Hip hop won't die. You know what hip hop is? Hip hop is what shows us that we can pray to something that's not a god. Hip hop shows us there are the things.
I think that's just music in general.
Well, that's exactly. But that's that. That is no, for real. I mean, exactly, and that because that's what it is. Hip hop is our god, and some other motherfuckers is rock or it's whatever it is. Music was before us and will be after us, and I think that. It's scary to think what would happen. The world's gonna go into, when shit changes, which by the way it always is. We're constantly we're the part of evolution. Shit's already changing, whether we want it to be or not. We're already part of that change. Because it's scary. It's scary in the same way as you look at, if you were to really let everybody make their own decisions, a lot of things are gonna change. If you left everybody to their own devices too, a lot of shit's gonna change. People don't know how to catch their own motherfucking food these days. They don't know how to. A lot of people don't even know how to cook.
I know how to cook.
I love animals, but if I had to kill something, I could probably kill something. I don't know how to. Do you know what I'm saying? But I know there's a lot of people that would just have no idea. Would have no idea what the fuck to do if they were just left to their own devices. So in that way, the amount of people who die based alone on the fact that they're used to not even having to think, and that everything is done for them like that. There'd be a lot of people who just die because of that.
I think 2 of them are sitting over there.
Nah, you right, boys?
Just phasing out, thinking of what to ask. Sorry.
That's right.
Would you like to ask a question?
Yeah, we'll go to the lounge. You guys have any questions for Bar before we wrap it up? We've been going for 50 minutes. It's fucking nearly an hour, bro. Yeah.
Shit, you guys have been going for ages.
My IG's fucker. It's like
on phone.
I'm not too sure. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I just wanted to know. I don't care if you didn't.
Any questions?
Yes.
Go for it.
So, what was the one changing moment in your life where you realized music was so different that, explain to me why you think music's so different in every aspect of what you think is and how it is to grow for you.
Beautiful. It's therapy. It's reflection.
Does that make sense?
I think so.
That did not make any sense to me.
Maybe
I
Mars
have
got it.
been vaping a little bit of weed, guys. So
I'm sorry. No, can you say it again, please? One more time.
Okay, let me rephrase the question. How do you think music's changed your life, and how do you develop and see it changing in the near future?
Yeah, that's better.
Perfect.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I say music allowed me a safe space to really vent and tell my story without fear of judgment. Because when I used to do it for myself. I didn't give a fuck about fans or what. But then I realized I can make a name, a brand out of this, which then I can make a profit, which then I can take care of my people and really make an impact in this world.
No shit.
So it's just been a device. And I always thought about it as a kid, And it's probably crazy to you guys think that a young boy's thinking like that. But when you grow up in a low-income household, single mother household, 1,000 siblings basically, cousins, this, that, and the third, you start to think ahead of your time, I've been outside since I was 11, 10 on the block, So it's like the way my mind matured, I started seeing how can I get my people
Yeah.
to a safe and secure position. Because I was tired of the paycheck to paycheck lifestyle, you know? I was tired of Centrelink. I was tired of not being able to do certain things at school because of no money. Not being able to play sports because of no money, you know what I mean? I was tired of that, you know? I used to tell my mom all the time, once I get older and once I make money, I'm going to make wonders in this world.
Yeah.
And she's seeing it now, you know? And I'm living it now. I don't believe it sometimes. I'm like, damn. But music allowed me that safe space to really, firstly, vent and then picture a future for my people. But music in the future, where it's going, I feel like it depends on the state of society. That defines music. So like, you see Charles and Dad, the two young boys. I saw one of my co-artists make music about that, and that impacted people, and it was beautiful, you know? So it just depends what's going on in the world. If the world is going horrible, you're gonna hear, sadly, beautiful music. The world's going good, you're still gonna hear beautiful music. So like, I feel like you said hip-hop will never die. I feel like music will never die. It's part of our, you know? It starts from rhythm, like.
Yeah.
That's 100%. Music, you know what I mean? So it's always gonna be there.
Also, like how the world started. Like I feel like the first, you know, they say Big Bang scientifically.
Let there be light.
It's like it's like the heartbeat of the universe, the heartbeat of God creating life, and that's why reality never dies. Because hip hop never dies. Because hip hop is music. And music, motherfucker, that shit is immortal.
Damn straight.
That shit it's life. Like it's the thing that sits in between time and space.
Birds chirping, music. Yeah. Even music comes from words, so that's music to, you know what's that? That's music to my ears.
Bro, I always say, I believe before we spoke to each other, we would have sung. Like really think about it. Like I'm talking like caveman days, like ancient times of humanity. Before we developed language,
Rhythm.
It would have started with rhythm. It would have started with this rhythm, with rhythm, with this, with you know.
Well, you're not far wrong because the guys in the caves like used to like do some stuff and we don't even know what they did then.
you know, hold on, think, how the fuck do we know that?
Yeah, but like for real, because I know that when people say to me, "No, I wish I could sing," because they hear my voice, like, "Oh, I wish I could sing." I'm like, bro, you can sing.
Just not well. You can sing, bro.
Shut the fuck up! I'm saying something. Everybody can sing. Like, you're born with a voice. If you can speak, you can sing. I think we've lost.
Unless you got one of those.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut up, brother. Shut up. I love you. I love you. I mean, I'm trying to, like, I'm looking into the camera. I'm trying to be poetic. And you're just at every turn. So, guys, go. You can cut stuff out. Everybody can sing. I can start again. Everybody can sing. If you can speak, you can sing. And, oh, you just fucked it. I'm done. We'll cut it out.
No. You got it.
I don't know how to say it. Okay.
It's the main clip. It's the main clip.
I hate you, Simon. If you can speak, you can sing. And I think a lot of people forget that because it's not an inherent part of existence anymore.
Correct.
We're born, we're taught how to speak. We're taught how to say words, but scarcely are we taught how to express our emotion, nor are we taught how to use our voice in more of a holistic way. And I think there's a lot of cultures that are still connected to their ancient traditions that you'll find, and this is something I also bring up when people say I wish I could sing. I mean, look at the cultures, right, or people living in certain parts of the world, that because of the traditions that are still so prevalent in this day and age, there'll like be whole towns or groups of people who can all sing because it's literally a part of the tradition and the culture. And then people say, oh, I wish I could sing. It's like, well, actually you can, but because you've never, tapped into that part of your soul, and you know I freestyle, you know I'm soul, like my whole music is soul, it's near soul. Like I'm singing with raw emotion, like my heart's coming out. I can be articulate sometimes when I speak, but when I sing, that's when I really tell a story. That's when I express parts of me that I can't actually unlock with normal words. And the same thing happens for a lot of people with instruments or with writing music. You know, like it puts you into it's the rhythm. It's attaching the rhythm and hearing different notes other than what you just, because even when you're rapping, it's slightly different than when you're just speaking, right? And it brings an element of yourself where you're actually expressing, therefore experiencing yourself through a different lens, through a more vulnerable lens, through something that takes you stripping away at least the first few layers of yourself and showing the world your heart.
You know, I think in psychology, use it or lose it, the brain. Yeah. So
use it or lose it, right?
As you're saying before, since you never, or your community never practiced that ability, you lost it. Yeah. But you can gain it back. Yeah. It just takes time. If someone can't sing, they can sing. You just got to practice. Yeah. But are you willing to pay that money to go with a tutor, or are you willing to make time out of your day to really practice? That's the thing. So when people come up to you and say, I can't sing, it's a reflection of you. Yeah. I don't believe in I can't, you know?
100%.
Like, I can, I will.
So people ask me how long, I've had 2 people in the last week ask me about guitar. I said, bro, if you practice for half an hour every day for the next 3 months, you'll become proficient guitarist.
That's good.
We're like, really? That's all? Yeah, bro.
Not hard, yeah.
You just got to practice half an hour a day. That's all.
It's like gym, bro. If say
100%.
today I choose to go gym 7 days, like 5 days a week for the next 3 months. I'm
Yeah.
gonna come out a whole different man.
Different man.
Yeah.
You'll probably look like a 45-year-old man instead of a 75-year-old man.
On the note of that, speak about community shit too. I've actually been thinking a lot recently, because these things that we're able to do. Obviously, you're so great in so many areas. You're an amazing artist. You're a great public speaker. You know, you're very intelligent, very good with people.
All of yous are.
You're. No, someone's always good.
I want to say to the kids, what helped me
Kidding.
with public speaking is and thinking, philosophy. I started that class in 11 and 12.
Yeah.
It really opened up my mind and allowed me to be vulnerable, challenged, and really learn from my mistakes.
Yeah.
Shout out Mr. Hawk, Benjamin Hawk. I'm gonna see you soon. I need you. I got.
What school did you go to?
St. Francis Xavier College,
Fair.
Catholic school, semi-private.
Moving on.
I studied philosophy at university
love
alongside Indigenous Studies. They're my two majors.
Amazing. What's
Yeah.
your degree name? Like the
Bachelor of Arts.
fucking beautiful. That's,
I don't know. I might job philosophy as a major. We'll get to that later. Anyway, I've been thinking about recently starting singing classes, but I ain't teaching nobody nothing about A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I would really love to, and like donation based. Like if you have nothing, you just come. Like community things, and also offer one-on-ones if people aren't like as comfortable there. But I think the community thing is really important to be in a space and share that experience with people. I think I'm gonna start offering that, like because it's so sad that to me that so many people don't at least have the confidence or belief in themselves to experience themselves through song on their own. You know, and I'd love to do that. So shout out to people listening. You know, comment, hit me up, whatever. I'm really going to do that. I would love to get anybody and everybody who knows any of us come through, you know, put $2 in the jar if you want.
Yeah.
If you have nothing, you don't have to. You know, I don't want this to be about money.
No.
And let's just like actually start some beautiful community, like almost like church singing, like choir shit, but not specifically religious or anything, you know, just connecting to a part of ourselves. I think that's so important.
You know what they don't teach us in school is how local councils really work.
Yeah.
And their ability to work with you if you're willing.
Yeah.
So I've recently learned about my council, my hometown, Karinya Council, and what resources they have and how they can help my cause and how I can help their cause and really unite.
Yeah,
so
okay.
the community, common unity. What's our common goal?
Yeah,
you know?
okay.
If you sit down with your council members and really tell them, like, this is what we want to do, these are my past results and what we've done, you can make a fantastic change. And I've seen it coming. And I plan to get to that level where I'm going to sit down with them and tell them, I want this help from you guys. And I want it to be unbiased. You know, I don't want state support. I want you guys, council support. Really work with them. Because change, as you said before, what gets said about the postcode, you die for your postcode, you're a villain. But that's my home.
If you die for your country, you die for your country, you're a hero. You die for your postcode, you're a villain.
But that's my home. That's my country. And I should be able to die for that. Like, say, the work I'm doing right now, if I get killed for the work I'm doing now, I'm happy. Because I die for what I'm meant to die for, you know?
Exactly.
Not over a gang war.
Same damn shit. That's why I love you. That's why my brother, I feel the exact same.
I know. And it's in saying that, I fear no man. I fear no evil. Because I know myself. God got me. And I can take care of myself. Amen.
Well, you will find Donkeyman in your bed tonight.
Run away.
Thank you, Mark. We'll end it there, bro. Is there anything you want to plug? Where can people find you? You got any projects coming up before we close it up?
I got an ABC interview and website thing. Yeah, they reached out to me. Yeah, I got that coming up. So stay tuned for that. You learn more about my past life, my story, and my life in the street and whatnot.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, also my work now I'm doing more community work, advocacy, and intent today. I'm trying to build on that. You know.
Dope. Go follow him. I'll put his Instagram here.
Amen.
Go follow him.
Shout
Reality.
out.
Anything? Shout outs.
This man's right here. I gotta say for so much. I love this man in my heart. This is just some person on a podcast. I love this brother. Thank you for coming on, man.
One love. Really never dies.
November 7th.
Dies, yo.
November 7th.
Is that next week?
Yeah, come through.
Next Friday.
Yeah. 1 week away. We had the Beast in Brunswick. Come through. I'm throwing my second show back since January. Come on.
Donkeyman's playing.
Yeah,
This guy's playing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's playing. I'm playing. Mom playing on show because he's too busy for me. No, I'm kidding, but I get it.
I'll confirm with you. That's gonna be Friday night. Yeah.
I went to the camera and said he doesn't know. Don't put that in there. It's a joke.
I love this lady.
Nah, we're good.
It's my big sister.
All right. Thanks for that. Peace.
¡Órale, Donkeyman! El gordito con la guitarra. I'm the guatón with the style. Make you laugh then stay a while. Story sharp and rhythms bold. Donkeyman's worth more than gold. Baila mi gente con todo el sabor. el gordito manda, se siente el calor. Con fuego y ritmo la fiesta empezó. Welcome to the Donkeyman Show.